Good evening, everyone. In the previous session of Human Resource Management, I explained about the features and the main objectives of training. In this session, I am going to explain about need and importance of training program. Why do an organization require to have a training program, and why it is so important for each and every organization to have such kind of training programs. Okay, so let's begin the session. So every organization, whether it is new or an existing very old organization, no matter in what type of business they deal with, whether they are profitable or they are non-profitable organization, every type of organization, they need to have training program. And why it is necessary? Because every person who is appointed to an organization, appointed within an organization, they need to understand how to do a job efficiently and effectively, so that they can enhance their performance. At the same time, they can perform the job without making any kind of mistake, without wasting such kind of time and effort. And it will also help the organization to perform or to become more and more successful. All the operations of the organization will be conducted and perform on time. So there are many reasons behind the use of training program and why training program are required in every type of business. So the first point that you all can see on the screen is that to match the employee specification with the job requirements. So every job has certain kind of requirement, the skills, the knowledge, the experience, the education required to do a specific job. So every job has that. And every employee who is appointed on the job, the person will also have some kind of qualification, skills, knowledge, and even experience in many cases. So to what extent employee specification may not match with the job requirement? Because whenever a candidate or an employee is selected for a job, definitely the person must have something so that the person will be capable of doing such kind of job. But each and every job for which employees are selected, even if they have some kind of qualification, skills and knowledge, they do not completely match with the job requirement. There will be some kind of deviations or difference between employee specification and job specification. And to bridge this gap, training program becomes necessary. See, training program not only provides knowledge regarding doing a particular kind of job, what kind of tasks and activities are supposed to be performed under a job, but at the same time, training programs helps a employee to understand a particular job within the environment of the organization. Each and every organization has different kind of working environment, different kind of culture. So that is very important. So every employee needs to understand the requirement of the job of a particular organization in which they are working. They may have worked in the same kind of job in different companies, but different companies will have different working style, different working condition and different culture. So they need to do a particular kind of job within the organization in which they are appointed. And for that reason, training program becomes necessary. Okay. The next point is organizational viability and the transformation process. So what is organizational viability? It simply means that ability of an organization to adapt many kind of changes, to adapt changes and adapt changes in a successful manner. So why changes are so obvious in an organization? So first of all, an organization is not independent. They are dependent upon various factors, internal factors, external factors. For example, an organization is influenced by various external factors, whether it is economic factor, social factor, cultural factor, or political factor. If government changes some kind of rules and regulation regarding operations of the business, or if they increase the standard regarding reduction of pollution, they have to maintain such kind of standard. So these kind of rules and regulations, when these are changed, these changes are to be incorporated in every organization so that they can survive, they can do their business in a particular state or in a particular country. And many international companies also come into the same business scenario, and they have to adapt different kind of technology and different kind of other kind of changes, technological changes and other aspects. They have to match the standards of other companies. So for that reason, training becomes very much necessary, because as you all already know that the success of an organization, no matter how the company is big, how much amount of finance they have, it all comes down to the human resource. If the workforce is efficient, if the workforce is talented, then only the organization can become successful. So the main means how an organization can become more capable of accepting and adapting to change actually depends upon the workforce. So that's why if the workforce is trained properly, it will be very easy for the organization through the transformation process. They can easily transform from one type of organization to a different type of organization. They can adapt many kind of changes if the workforce is talented, if the workforce is efficient, and if the workforce is capable of handling such kind of changes. So that's why in order to increase organizational viability and make the transformation process easy for the organization, training programs are extremely necessary. Clear? The next point is technological advances. As you all already know that technology is something which changes on a daily basis. It has a very fast pace. It changes very rapidly. So if an organization's competitors are adapting high level kind of technology, they're upgrading themselves, they are using new machineries, new methods, new technology, then this particular organization will also have to go through those kind of changes. And if they don't make such kind of changes, they will be left behind. So technological advances simply means introduction of new methods, introduction of new software, new machinery, and these new softwares, machineries and everything, they can be properly executed and used properly only if the people who are handling such kind of instruments have knowledge regarding those instruments, whether they are software or hardware. So how this is possible? Only through training program. So whenever technological changes take place, it is extremely necessary to make these new changes understandable to the human resource, to the employees through training program. They need to go through proper training program to understand different kinds of softwares which are introduced, different kinds of machineries, new upgraded machineries which are installed in the company. So every employee needs to understand these kind of changes. They need to understand how to operate new machineries, how to use new software and hardwares and everything. So this is only possible through training program. Clear? So the next point here says that it is called organizational complexity. So it simply means that organization is becoming more and more complex. But why it is becoming more and more complex? Because introduction of different kinds of high level technology, the expansion of the business, manufacturing of different variety of products, byproducts, and introduction of different kinds of companies from all over the world. They bring different kinds of technology with them, different types of standard working conditions and all that. So it actually increases the complexity level of every organization. Okay, so how does a training program helps in organizational complexity? See, organizational complexity simply means introduction of new element every time. So whenever new elements are introduced, every work, every job needs to be properly coordinated. Everything must be worked in a smooth manner, uninterrupted manner, and these things become possible through training program. Because when the organization introduces different kinds of jobs, if the structure is changed, when new products are introduced in the market, new line of product is added into the business, when obviously when organization does one kind of business, they have to grow and expand. So in the growth and expansion, they introduce new lines of product, byproducts, and different elements which will help in growth of the organization. That increases complexity. It makes the organization more complex. It makes the job even more complex, and which leads to different kinds of misunderstanding, misconception. At the same time, the work does not flow in a smooth manner. In order to get rid of all such kind of problems, training programs becomes necessary. It helps the employees to understand about each and every job they are supposed to perform, how each and every job must be coordinated for smooth and efficient running of the business. It helps to increase it helps to increase or it helps the work to be done in a coordinated manner, in a smooth, efficient manner. Uninterrupted flow of business will carry on. So because of increase in complexity of the organization, every organization requires training program. Clear? The next point here says that human relations. So what does human relations means? See, the objective of an organization is to have some kind of goal and then achieve it, earn profit. But at the same time, they need to maintain healthy relationship between management and the employees. But how healthy relationship can be maintained through training program? If employees are trained properly, if they do their job properly without any kind of mistake, if they are appreciated for their job, for their performance, that will develop a healthy relationship between management and the employees, as well as it will create good mutual understanding, mutual trust within the employees who are working in an organization, and they will start working as a team, as a big team, which will ultimately benefit the organization. So training program not only helps the organization in the way of enhanced performance of the employees, but at the same time it helps in creating better and healthy working relationships within an organization, which benefits the organization in various ways. And it also helps the employees to work in such a good and healthy working environment, where work is done in a smooth manner, in an uninterrupted manner. There is less misunderstanding, there is mutual trust, and it will not lead to future major conflicts also. So training program also helps in healthy relations or healthy human relations between a management and employees, and between the employees. Okay. The next one is change in job assignment. So change in job assignment simply indicates towards the promotion of an employee or a person doing a job. So when a person is appointed on a job, and if the person does good on the job, exceptionally well in the job, definitely the person will have scope for promotion, the movement of that employee from the existing position to another higher position. So when a person moves to a higher position or any other position or any other job, definitely they will require training, so that they can understand the new job, what are the various types of activities are to be performed under that job, what are the various types of tasks which will be assigned to the employee under the future job or the new job. So because of change in job assignment, and this change is very common in every organization, because whenever an employee is efficient, is dedicated, talented, definitely the person will get different kind of opportunities within an organization. And for that reason, training becomes extremely essential, because what kind of training sorry an employee must have received some kind of training under the existing job, but for the future job, for the new job, the person needs to go through a different kind of training program to understand another job. For that reason, training programs are extremely necessary for every organization and for every type of job. The next topic which I am going to explain is the importance of training program. So in the previous section, I have explained why do every organization require training program. Now in this session, I am going to explain what is the importance of training program. See, like I said, training is provided through training program, but it not only helps the organization, it also helps the employees in many ways, because it has so many types of benefits. It is extremely required in every type of organization. It helps an organization to expand, grow, and to become successful also. So that's why it is of great importance to every organization. Okay, so the first point of importance here says that increased productivity. So it is very simple that an employee knows how to do his or her job. An employee is properly trained how to execute his or her job. So definitely the performance of that person will be better in comparison to the person who did not receive any kind of training, who has not gone through any kind of training program and has no idea what he or she is supposed to do in his or her job. So definitely a training program enhances the productivity, increases the productivity through the enhanced performance of the employees. A candidate and employee is trained to do their job efficiently. They are taught each and every method, technique which will make their job easy and more effective. So that leads to increased productivity of the entire organization. And it will help the organization to become more and more successful in future. Clear? The next one is higher employee morale. So for example, if you're doing something and you don't know how what are the different techniques you're supposed to do that supposed to use for doing a particular job, so ultimately you will try to do it, and if you're unable to do it once, twice or thrice, you will get frustrated and you will lose interest in your job only because you haven't received any kind of training. That is the basic reason. So if an employee goes through the training program, understands how the job actually is supposed to be done, what are the various aspects are important under a particular job, how he or she is supposed to use different types of methods and techniques, then the job becomes easy for the employee. The employee can do their job efficiently and in a better way, so that increases the morale of the employee. If you are doing something and you know what you're doing is correct, you're doing it in a right way, you will get more and more confident. You would like to enhance your performance, increase your performance, so that you will get some kind of appreciation from your superior. So that motivates the employees to work hard, to learn more, and use different kinds of means show your potential and talent to the management so that it can be recognized and it can be beneficial for the employee in future. So training program not only helps the employees to understand how they are supposed to do the job, but at the same time it helps the employees by motivating them, by increasing their morale, and by increasing their confidence in their job, in their performance, so that they can give better and better kind of performance. Clear? The next one is less supervision. So this is a very obvious point. A trained employees will not require strict supervision, but an untrained employee will definitely require strict supervision. Strict supervision means the supervisor has to keep an eye on every employee. So that supervisor could have utilized that time in his job or doing something else, which could have been more useful for the organization. So it simply means that if employees are trained, they will require less supervision, and less supervision means the supervisor will be available for doing something else. So it saves a lot of time of the supervisor as well as the employees. They will not get instructions on a regular basis. I mean, nobody will be there to tell them in each and every step what they're supposed to do, what they're doing is right. So once employees are trained, they will do their job without any kind of supervision or less supervision. So that will be more beneficial for the employees as well as for the supervisors. Clear? The next one is less wastage. So it is a very obvious thing. If you know what you're doing, and you will definitely waste less amount of, whether it is time or material or whatever you are doing. So it reduces wastage if an employee is trained what they are supposed to do, what they are supposed to do. So less wastage means the cost of production can be reduced and it will benefit the organization in different way. An untrained employee will waste a large amount of time, will waste material, will waste different kinds of things, which will ultimately hamper the production, it will also hamper the operations of other jobs also, and it will also increase the cost of production. So training program is very important, so that each and every employee must know how to do their job efficiently, so the total wastage can be reduced. Okay. The next point is easy adaptability. So, like I said, if an organization has efficient and talented workforce, and they're also properly trained, it will be easy for the management to convince them regarding any kind of change. Usually employees are resistant to change because they're doing their job, they're working in one type of situation since many years, and if suddenly a new change is introduced, they will definitely resist. But with regular training program, they will be taught about different kind of changes, they will be taught about how such kind of changes are going to be beneficial for the company. They will also be experienced about accepting different kinds of change. So in incorporating any kind of change, adapting to any kind of different situation becomes easy for a trained employee in comparison to an untrained employee. Here, so adaptability towards different kinds of change, towards new technology, towards new methods, or even in working condition and any other aspects become more easy for the employees and for the management also, if proper training programs are executed within an organization. Here, the next point is reduced turnover and absenteeism. So why do an employee leave a organization? Simply because they do not find a proper opportunity for growth and development, or they are not appreciated for what they are doing, or they are not properly trained, because of which they are not able to do their job properly. So these are the some of the reasons behind turnover, employee turnover and absenteeism. So how with training program turnover and absenteeism can be reduced? With the help of training program, employees will get job satisfaction, because they know what they are doing, and what they are doing is correct regarding their job, and they will also have opportunity for growth and development, and they would by themselves give or focus more on their development, so that they will be appreciated in future, so that they will also get a chance to be promoted to a higher position. So this will definitely reduce the employee turnover. People won't be absent for a long time because they don't want to do the job, because they are unable to do the job properly. So proper training program helps an employee to understand the job, to do the job, and it will boost their confidence. They will be more confident regarding doing their job, and it will also help them to have job satisfaction. So higher level of job satisfaction definitely result in less labor turnover and reduction in absenteeism. Yeah. And the last point is employee development. So training is given for a specific job, for a specific purpose, but it will also encourage the employees to give importance to their overall development. When they learn about a specific job, they also understand about their potential, their true capability, and how they can enhance their capability, so that they can move ahead in their career, they can get promotion, they can get higher salary. So they focus more on their overall development, they become more dedicated towards their job, they take training programs extremely seriously, they give importance to the learning process. So that increases the focus of the employees on their development, which will ultimately help the organization to find extremely talented, efficient and dedicated employees for the organization. Okay. So these are the points which explains how training program is important for every organization. Clear? So in today's session, first of all, I explained about the need of training program, and then the importance of training program. In the next session, I am going to explain the method of training program. Like I said, there are two types of, or two methods which are used in the training program: on the job and off the job. So in the next session, I am going to explain on the job methods of training program. Means after joining the organization, while doing their job itself, how employees are trained and what are the various methods of on the job training. Okay, so that's it for today. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.